Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
I love this gentleman. I have to tell you, I met him about a few months ago. His name is Arthur OKEN, and he's doing something so good for my fellow seniors. And I just love what he does. He saves you on your prescriptions. His company that he founded not too long ago is SavOn Global Meds. This is not, a 50-year-old company. This is fairly new. What is this, about 3 years?
Going on 4.
4 years, and this gentleman thought he probably was going to retire, but a good mind just can't retire.
Thank you.
And you really met a need. So what we're going to talk about is, why do you want to save on your medication? That's a good story, right? Why do people want to save on their medication, and how can you help them?
Well, we offer medications from overseas. As I had mentioned to you earlier at one time, in the U.S., the drug lobby is very strong, and they require that all branded products sold here in the United States be made in the U.S. And every country, almost every developed country outside of the U.S. has price controls, whereas we don't have any price controls on our drugs. And therefore, the same manufacturer has plants outside of the U.S. where they make the products for considerably less than what they're charging here in the U.S. And we're able to access through our pharmacy, which is out of the U.S., to be able to buy these products at a ridiculously low price and offer them to our clients.
And you wonder why the U.S. can't do this themselves, or what? Not the U.S., but why the politicians won't do this for the people. They just have to. The
drug lobby is so strong in the U.S. They're strong at the federal level. They're strong at the state level. They contribute to almost every congressman, every U.S. senator, every state senator, every assemblyman, and the states would love to be able to do it. Maine just recently just announced that they're allowing the people who live in Maine to buy products from the UK, which was a big step forward.
Well, they could just go over the border and go right into Canada. Now, is it cheaper in Canada?
It is cheaper in Canada. You're not supposed to bring medications back from Canada, but customs doesn't bother. They don't really look. The medications come in. The small packages, we only buy up to 3 months at a time, and it just goes right through. It just never gets stopped.
So years ago, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago maybe, the Canadian drugs, you could buy a lot of them from Canada, and that somehow got stopped.
No, you have to. You can buy a maximum of 3 months. There is a Canadian act that the U.S. and Canada have agreed to, which is odd since you're not supposed to be able to bring them in. But as I said to you, people who live in the northern states, you went over to Canada, and then some of the Canadian pharmacies say, hey, why don't I just, now that there's the internet, why don't I just go ahead and advertise? And it's been a very big business. I read someplace that over 4 million people buy drugs from overseas.
It shouldn't happen. It should be right here. They should be buying it at at the price that they can. That's fair, and that's really unfair that they're doing this.
When George W. Was president, he tried to stop medications from coming in from Canada, but a lot of the northern states said, no, you can't do that, or we can't allow that to our citizens. I do believe that a couple of the northern states even go ahead and they buy overseas from the Canadian pharmacies.
So the one thing that people probably ask you is, are the medications coming from Turkey and other places that you buy them, are they the same and are they safe?
Well, if it's GlaxoSmithKline, Novartis, Eli Lilly, you name the drug company, they have plants all over the world. when they produce a product such as Advair Discus or Benacar or any of the multitude of brands that are out there, they have to be the identical patented product no matter where they make it. So if we're buying the product from the UK, or we're picking it up from Turkey, or we're getting it from New Zealand, it is the identical product. The companies may change the name in Europe, and it's very common for products to have different names overseas than they do here in the U.S. But if anybody gets online and just compares the name in Europe versus the name in the U.S., you'll see it's the identical product.
Well, what I hope our listeners will do will go to, they have an advertisement in our October issue, and you'll see another one now in November. And the toll-free number, write this down, remember it's Pencil Talk Radio, is 888-980-8564. Again, that's 1-888-980-8564. And they're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30, and it's called SavOn, SAVON, Global Meds. And also, it's not a pharmacy, and it doesn't dispense medications. Why don't you tell them what you do when someone calls?
Well, we're a call center. Our pharmacy is actually in New Zealand. Unfortunately, it's tomorrow there, and it's just about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's kind of hard for someone to call the New Zealand pharmacy. We are a telephone center, and what we do is we act as a middleman. People can call us, and they look at our ads, and they say, "Oh, I see that you have the product that I'm using," or "I see that you have the product but a different dose," or "I don't see my product." So we go over the products with them. We tell them everything that they need to know about the product that they're buying, and also we tell them what the price is. We do offer free shipping on orders over $100. There is a $9 shipping fee for products that are under $100, and the prices are dramatically lower than what they would be if you were going into retail. And if they're in the Tier 3 or Tier 4 category in your Medicare Part D, often we're very much less expensive. And then we get the question of the donut hole. So many people are calling us up now and saying, "I'm in the donut hole. A product that I was paying $135 for is now $1,400.
No kidding.
Oh, I tell you, it's
Oh,
honest.
my gosh.
Yeah. And we sell a product, Multac, that's for the heart. I just had someone call up and said they want $1,700. And I use another product. After 3 months, I'm in the donut hole. I said, well, then, you really need to plan. Buy your products the first 3 months and then call us. We're going to save you an enormous amount of money. But you should also plan that you might get sick during the course of the year and you might have to start going to another medication. I know in the beginning when I started, I did the very same thing as I bought for the first 3 months because we were going into the donut hole in April. And I thought, well, all well and good. I'm great. But then all of a sudden, my doctor changed my medication. It was another major tier product, and I'm back in the donut hole again. So what I realized was that not only do you have to do your plan, but you have to leave a buffer so that you don't get into that donut hole. And I tried to talk to people in my community. I had a lot of free time and try to help them save money. And they had a hard time because they would have to jump back and forth between different companies. A lot of them weren't computer literate. And I found it so difficult that I had to go ahead and I had to start doing the ordering for them.
So you said, why not make it into a business, right?
So that's what I did. I went ahead and I found a company that I could be an affiliate with, and their prices were very reasonable. And we passed it on to the consumer.
And do the medications get sent from you, or do they get sent from the manufacturer?
what I do, or the people in my office do, is we send out an order form once we've agreed with someone on new products that they want, and they fill out the information about themselves, their address, their phone number, and we give all that information to the pharmacy in New Zealand. They, in turn, can order anywhere in the world. We do not order from China. We don't order anything from South America. We don't order anything really from Africa. The products are very careful. The manufacturers are well examined, but it's the pharmacies that we're also very careful who we're working with. They're all what we call pharmacy checker approved. Pharmacy checker was all the Canadian pharmacies and other companies that would deal with them all started up something called CIPA. It's the Canadian Internet Pharmaceutical Association. And they, with the pharmacy checker, go out and go to the actual pharmacies to make sure that they're up to standards. And that's why we're able to use pharmacies that are located in Turkey. We're also able to use some pharmacies that are located in India. We have pharmacies in Singapore and in a country called Mauritius. That's an island in the Indian...
I know where Mauritius is. I had a friend from there.
Well, that, if you remember that Malaysian airline that crashed, it crashed right off of the coast of Mauritius.
The people there are beautiful, as a matter of fact.
They're mostly French, too, speaking, because it used to be a French colony, as Singapore used to be an English colony. So we get medications from New Zealand, Australia. So trust me, when the word global is in there, we're really talking global, because if it's coming from, let's say, Turkey, the product, it goes to either Germany or it goes to Great Britain, or the UK as it's now called, and then on to JFK Airport, and then down to wherever my clients are. And it has taken a major global trip.
It is. Now, you don't touch these at all. You just make the phone calls.
No, everything, people just talk to us, and the medications are then delivered directly to our clients.
Now, when they call and you just talk to them, they then have to get a doctor to send you a prescription.
Well, most of them have their own prescriptions, but some of them will have the doctor fax it to us, because they're not really able to get out that often, particularly the elderly seniors. And we try to work as well as we can with them. And when it comes to refills, people will call us and say, do I have refills? And we say yes. We recommend that they call us 2 months after they've gotten their product. So there's a month to go, because it takes upwards around 3 weeks for the product to arrive. If we haven't heard from them, we call them and remind them.
I see. And then you're on top of the pharmacy, making sure they have sent everything, too.
Yes.
So that's another responsibility that you have.
Yes, and if there's a problem, and some do occur, we can't guarantee what happens when the post office gets their hands on it. Sometimes the client isn't home, and the post office tried to deliver it, and they couldn't get into the little mailbox, so they took it back and they left a note at the address. And so many of my clients says, well, I never got a note from the post office. So we say to them, well, it's going to stay in the post office for 5 days. I suggest you go there and pick it up. Don't call. Go there. And if for some reason they don't get it, our company will see to it that another order is sent out.
Yeah. I know, I've just been talking with you. You're very conscientious. So Arthur OKEN is the gentleman that saw a need, and he's fulfilling it, just as he fulfills your pharmacy. So let me just give you a phone number again. It's a toll-free number. Although their home office is located in West Palm Beach, I'm going to, since people are listening to the show from all over, let me give you a toll-free number. It's 888-980-8564. I'll repeat that again, 888-980-8564, or you can go online and you can order SavOnGlobal.com, right? SavOn,
No,
S-A...
no,
Sorry.
that's just our website.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, really what you need to do is
Just
you
make
on,
the phone
you can
call?
go on, the website is SavOn, SAVON, globalmeds.com, and you can see all about our company.
Oh, good.
We have some sample of prices. We also list out a multitude of medications that we do handle. We do not handle refrigerated products. We found that the dry ice does not hold up well here in South Florida. We also do not handle any controlled items or any sleep aids.
Okay, so again, that's SavOn, S-A-V-O-N, globalmeds.com. SavOnGlobalMeds.com, and they have free shipping on orders over $100, and the meds are delivered directly to your home, and they have generics not sold in the U.S., which is interesting.
Well, a lot of the products that are sold here in the U.S. Are still on patent, and in Europe they've gone off patent, and we're able to buy those products. And what happens with a lot of the tier 3 products, which are the middle priced, they run about anywhere from $85 to $125 or $135 if you're buying a single item for 3 months. We often can provide you the generic for far less than what you're paying for your brand.
That's interesting that here it's still a brand, but in other countries it's off. It's a generic. That's very interesting that they can do that.
It's a matter of the approval process. The European Union may have had a much earlier approval process. I don't understand why the European Union and the FDA don't get together and do a joint approval process so that the products, the generics, do become available sooner.
That beats me also. So tell me some of the most popular medications that you can just spit off here. I mean, what do you see as ordered
the most
mostly?
popular ones are Gentlemen. We do sell generic Viagra, and we do sell generic Cialis, and we do sell generic Levitra. It's not generics are not available here in the U.S. I got to tell you, God bless my seniors. They buy these products unbelievable.
You wonder what they're doing with them, right?
In fact, one of the funny things is a lot of the men are hesitant when one of our ladies pick up the phone. I think it goes back to when they were young men and they went into a pharmacy.
Right, exactly.
They had to find a male pharmacist or a male clerk
Right.
to order, and they're hesitant to talk.
Oh, that's funny.
But we do sell a lot of products like Zetia, which is not a generic here in the U.S. yet, but it is a generic overseas, and we sell it for $79 for a 3-month supply.
And what is it usually would cost
It's
with it?
branded, and people are paying a bloody fortune for it.
Isn't that wonderful that you're doing this? I just love having you work with us because
We sell a lot of COPD products.
for asthma and for
It's for
breathing.
It's for asthma and a lot of more restrictive type of pulmonary problems, and most of them are still tier 3 and tier 4, and we sell branded and we sell generic. We also sell an enormous amount of diabetic medications. The drug industry has been constantly coming out with brand new diabetic medications. In fact, I plan to write my next article on that issue.
Diabetic
medications.
because that's very big here, isn't it?
Yes, we don't handle the insulin, but we do handle the tablets, and they've made so much great strides in coming up with new medications that work to restrict the insulin, to restrict the sugar, and also to bring on insulin. And these combo products are just amazing. They're expensive because they're new, but we do sell them, and that's one of our major sellers. And another category that we have is people who have gastro problems, mostly colitis type. It's a horrible problem when you have gastro, and we should sell an enormous amount of products such as Asacol, Lialda, budesonide. They're all generic. We have all generics. They're not available in the U.S. So, and some people use 3, 4, 5 a day. And when the insurance company says, well, I'm going to allow you 2, you're limited. So if you want to buy 3, 4, or 5, or 6, you're going to pay a lot more money. Well, we have those products generic, and we are able to offer them at a tremendous discount.
What happens to sometimes people don't have to take 3 months of something? Then they still have to buy 3 months worth?
No.
Oh.
It just happens to be that we pass on our out-of-pocket price. And the more product that you buy, the lower the price is per pill. We don't. If someone buys a month's supply and we give them a price, it's not 3 times that price. It just happens to be that a 1 month price is going to have a much higher pill cost than it would be if you were buying for 3 months. And the other situation is it takes 2 to 4 weeks, usually 3 weeks, for the product to arrive. We recommend that you buy 3 months, but there are people who buy a lot of dermatological products that could last a long time. So we'll sell them. We'll sell them a month's supply or 2 months, whatever they want.
Right. And antibiotics, that wouldn't be smart for people to do that because it takes 3 weeks and usually you need it right away.
We don't sell too much antibiotics.
I would say
it's
not.
mostly all the specialty items.
Yeah.
In fact, antibiotics, some Publix charges 0 for like a half a dozen of them.
Really?
Yes, and also for metformin.
Why do they do that? Just to get the business for you to come in?
Well, it's such an inexpensive product to start with. I mean, your insurance, if you were buying it with your insurance, it might cost you $2, $4, $6.
Oh.
They're giving it for 0 with the hopes of getting people to come in.
Okay, so what about children? Can you sell any?
We advertise primarily to seniors. There are times that the grandmothers will say, hey, my granddaughter, my grandson needs certain products. Can you get them for me? I recently had a lovely lady whose daughter has been trying to get pregnant, and we've been providing her the injections for her so that she can become fertile. Mm-hmm. I'm not too sure whether the egg is going to be implanted or she's going to become fertile during sexual intercourse. I don't know if I was allowed to say that.
Oh, you're allowed to say anything. Yes, that's very medical. It's okay.
My wife was so excited. She said, if you get pregnant, she says, you're going to get a baby blanket from me.
I love that.
My wife knits beautiful baby blankets.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, how lovely. Okay, well, that's a good story. So they'll have to report on this. That's right. So they could buy the 3 months.
I have to tell you something happened this morning. I answered the phone, and someone says, it's actually you. You're answering the phone. Because I don't run in my other advertising. I just run the ad.
Of course.
In the
Here
Boomer
they get
Times.
to know you.
I have a picture there, and
Right.
I have a whole article.
Right.
So I was like the first person that said, hey, I'm really speaking to you.
I love that.
And so that happened this morning.
That's great. And is that, and the person bought something?
Yes, they got prices.
Because, see, they trust you. They see you. Because, I don't know how it is with us. A lot of times you see ads like this, and it's like, well, who are they, and is it safe? But there you are, and they can talk to you. I can understand how that would make them feel very good.
Well, they're going to be talking to one of our ladies
yes,
also.
But somebody,
and
right.
I've made sure that they're not youngsters. They're not college kids. They're in their 40s, or it may even be my wife. And they take everything personally.
Yeah.
And they try to be as nice as they can and try to explain to the client, exactly what's happening so that nothing comes as a surprise to them.
Yeah, well, you really have started a marvelous business. I am so proud of you because when we first met, you said, here I am retired and look what I'm doing. Well, I said, you shouldn't be retired. You're too smart. And you're doing such a good job. And you're so trustworthy, and I think that's really what's important. And so we do know about the what you talked about, the donut hole. How come they never call it the bagel hole? Why has it always been the donut hole?
I don't know at all. In the beginning, when it was DOUGH, and now it's become DONUT.
NUT for donut.
And people really an awful lot of people don't understand the donut hole. They don't understand that it's the retail price suggested, that the retail price that the insurance companies claim that they're paying, and every insurance company has different rates. Every insurance company can set their own tiers. It just blows my mind. So people go into the donut hole thinking that what they spent is what they're. Right now, it's $3,300. So they say, I haven't spent $3,300 out of pocket. And the insurance company says, it's not what you spent, it's what the retail price is. And lo and behold, people back in April, I started getting calls. They didn't understand that they were going into the donut hole. Unfortunately, I have too many people calling me and telling me they're in the donut hole already, and now they have to try to help themselves by getting a hold of us. Many of our clients are in the donut hole when they call us, and we try to tell them, stay out of the donut hole. Call us beforehand. We'll help you look at your items, look at your retail prices, and we'll try to tell you what you should be buying and then when you should be starting to buy from us. We have a number of clients who buy Eliquis. That's an anticoagulant. And they buy it from the beginning of the year because they know it's a very expensive product. They know that they have other medical conditions, and they know that by buying the Eliquis at the beginning of the year, they're not going to they're going to most likely not go into the donut hole.
But how much can they buy at one time? Only the 3 months?
3 months, yes.
And that'll take care of it?
Well, we're only allowed by law to sell 3 months. And that's also the New Zealand law.
So then they wait and then they buy another 3 months, and it goes, that's
Yes.
as much as they can buy at one time.
Yes, we tell them to provide a prescription with 3 refills so that we can carry them through the year.
So we're talking with Arthur OKEN, OKEN, and we want you to go to their website, which is SavonGlobalMeds.com, SavonGlobalMeds.com, meds.com, or call them. It's free, toll free, 1-888-980-8564. Thank you, Arthur, so much. We look forward to your next article.
It's always a pleasure to speak with you.